A very good morning to all our Sports Today family members. We are now just 15 minutes away from the start of day two of the Pune test between India and New Zealand. Yesterday, 259 all out New Zealand and then 16 for 1 India in 11 overs. It's been very tough going for the batters because there is a lot of purchase for the spinners on this Pune wicket. Now, how will the teams approach day two? Because there is hardly any moisture. Conditions are slightly cloudy today on day two of the test match, and not much of rain is expected. But the pitch has dried out now, and there will be a lot of help for the spinners. But it is very important to note that analysts and also Washington Sundar yesterday said the speed at which you bowl will be very, very important on this particular wicket, because if you bowl flatter and quicker and if you hit the right areas, there will be plenty of purchase on offer for them. So, India will be hoping that their batters can step up on conditions which are going to be quite a bit spin friendly in the coming sessions. So, India have an uphill task to ensure that yes, they get the lead, they get a 150 plus run lead, then and only then they have a chance against New Zealand. Otherwise, it looks quite difficult for them then. Now, the pitch is going to be really under the scanner because with no moisture around, with the pitch crumbling, it is going to be a very tough fight for survival. And one hopes that India can at least get to a lead before they have lost a significant number of wickets. So, all eyes will be on Yashasvi Jaiswal, Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli, Sarfraz, and also Rishabh Pant, because in the Indian batting team today, you got nine batters. You can bat all the way up to number nine, proper batters. Number 10 also can bat in Akashdeep. He's shown that he can wield the long willow, and that's why he is also going to be the key in this particular situation. Now, day two will begin in about 10 to 15 minutes' time. But in the world of other sports, there has been plenty of updates, including one regarding David Warner. Now, David Warner has announced his retirement from all forms of cricket at this point in time, but he has made himself available for the Border Gavaskar Trophy as an opener. But before that, there has been a major update in his career that the lifetime captaincy ban that was given to David Warner in the aftermath of the Sandpaper Gate scandal 6 years ago in Newlands, that has now been lifted. David Warner's lifetime captaincy ban has been lifted. He can now have a leadership role in any of the Australian teams that he wants to desire. Remember, David Warner has been touted as a very good captain. He led Sunrisers Hyderabad to the title in IPL 2016. But apart from that, he's never had the chance to lead Australia. Now, with this, hopefully, David Warner, his international career is all but over, but now he can lead an Australian team in any capacity. Even in the BBL, he can lead in any capacity. So, will David Warner come back into the Australian cricket team? Will this news of his captaincy lifetime ban be now lifted? Will it help him? It remains to be seen now. But 6 years of pain when the Cricket Australia had handed him the lifetime ban under the new code of conduct. David Warner now is eligible for captaincy, for leadership. That is a big, big development indeed. Now, there is a report doing the rounds that perhaps Rishabh Pant might not be there as Delhi's automatic pick, and so is KL Rahul. KL Rahul, anyway, we know is not going to be retained by LSG. But as far as Rishabh Pant is concerned, his tweet that if I am put into the auction pool, how much will I get? Will I go unsold? Will I go into another team? At what price? That has actually stumped Delhi Capitals, because it is important to note that Delhi Capitals have had a leadership change. Now, Delhi Capitals were under JSW, now they are under GMR, and this leadership change might actually ensure that yes, there is a lot of care fulfill. Park Jindal, the Delhi Capitals owner, has stated that yes, he is our automatic first pick. But why did Rishabh Pant then put out that tweet? Was it just to test the waters that yes, maybe he could be picked? Or is there something else planned? KL Rahul, we all know, will not be LSG's pick. It will be Nicholas Pooran, Mayank Yadav. Those two guys will be the pick. But KL Rahul, is he going to be picked in the IPL auction? Is he not going to be picked? Because he's now not getting a test match. T20Is, he's anyway not in the fray of things. ODIs is the only format wherein he can play. Now, looking at strike rate issues, looking at the way how power play is, and looking at his previous performances in the IPL, is KL Rahul getting picked? The one franchisee that can afford to pick him is Royal Challengers Bengaluru because he will fulfill a two-in-one option. One, he can be an opener, he can then be a wicket keeper also. RCB need that. Captaincy, well, everybody saying that Virat Kohli will be the captain. Well, that will be a huge step then for RCB. So, looking at all of this, perhaps you can hope that Rishabh Pant and Delhi Capitals, they might pick him. They might retain him before October 31. KL Rahul, we are not sure he'll be thrown into the auction pool. So, lot of situations developing in the IPL as far as, so that's why these two players specifically are under the scanner. One, where will KL Rahul go? Second, is Pant Delhi Capitals' automatic pick? That we will come to know in the coming days or so. Now, as far as the world of other sports is concerned, yesterday India managed to win the second test versus Germany 5-3. But unfortunately, in the penalty shootouts that happened to determine who wins the series, Germany won 3-1. Now, in the sidelines of it, one of Indian hockey's greatest players has retired, and that is Rani Rampal. Rani Rampal's illustrious 16-year career came to an end when she announced her retirement yesterday. And amidst all of this, Rani Rampal stated that yes, my desire was to win an Olympic medal, but I go out without any regrets. Having made her debut at the age of 14 in the 2008 Olympic qualifiers, Rani Rampal became one of the best hockey players that we have had. So her departure is a sad thing, but then yes, in the last couple of years, fitness and other issues had plagued her, and that is why at the age of 30, she is now retired, but hopefully she contributes in a greater capacity to the growth of Indian women's hockey in the near future. Now, two major updates have come. One, the Wrestling Federation of India. The Wrestling Federation of India is not sending any team to the World Wrestling Championships that will be held in Tirana, Albania, because of government interference and also because they refuse to hold the trials for the selection. Now, Delhi High Court has stated that WFI does not have the authority, but Ministry of Youth and Sports Affairs, they are now doing the jig here. Who is running WFI at this point in time? That we do not know. There is a big stalemate going on, and that is why problems galore in the WFI at this point in time. Now, India are going to lodge an official protest with the Commonwealth Games Federation because they have left out certain disciplines like cricket, shooting, and wrestling when you look at it. Now, those three disciplines being left out are a big, big dent to India's medal hopes. Which is why many people are saying, has the Commonwealth got any relevance now? Pulela Gopichan, for one, was really vocal about it. He stated, does the Commonwealth Games really have any kind of relevance? Because so many events have been left out. Cricket has been left out. There is two events like BMX biking and you may say canoe shore racing. Shore racing. That is really very interesting indeed. So, this is going to be the big update that yes, India are officially going to protest the exclusion of certain disciplines in the Commonwealth Games. So that might also happen. There is a report in Times of India which has stated that is going to happen. Now, as far as this is concerned, Champions League football is going on. What a brilliant display by Barcelona. Even Real Madrid have put on a great show. That's why El Clasico is going to happen this weekend. It's going to be very, very interesting indeed. Liverpool have made it 3-3 in the Champions League. So let's see how that pans out. Now, as far as comments are concerned, I hope we survive first 30 minutes. Yes, I think we can. Siddharth is saying the pitch seems to do spicy tricks once in a while. Kohli will find one delivery to get out. Want him to do good, but him and Rohit seem to have lost that grit to score big. Well, we can only wait and watch, my friend. Coming back from retirement is not good sign. It shows lack of new talent in Australian cricket is dying in Australia. Glorious Gardens. Not really. Not really Glorious Gardens. See, David Warner has made himself available. But Cricket Australia might not go down that path. Cricket Australia is not like many other countries where they say, oh, you come out of retirement, David, we really need you. No, they aren't like that. The board decides that once you're gone, you're gone. Only in very exceptional circumstances, like what happened in the Bob Simpson case, will they tell you, please go for it. Then how can Rohit, James is saying, how can Rohit correct his flaw? Ball pitching in middle and moving towards off stump. He's struggling for past days, got on similar pattern a lot of times. I would say he got out in a similar fashion with the in-swinger. If the in-swinger doesn't get you, the outswinger will. But I think Rohit will overcome that rut that is there. Then, according to you, what would be the ideal score for India by the end of day two? By the end of day two, I would say 300 for 6. That would be the ideal score for India, because after that, 4 more wickets, they can get you another 70, 80 runs, and then you've got a lead in excess of 120, 130. So by the end of the day, 300 for 6 would be an ideal score in that sense. And Siddharth is replying to Glorious Gardens by saying, you don't need to tell Australia how to manage, but they are highly professional. They can reach best result with handful of talent. Indeed, they can. That is why they are the 6-time champions when you look at it. My top scorer for today, oh God, that's a tough question. That is a tough question. Maybe Sarfraz. Sarfraz might be your top scorer. I'll go with Sarfraz. Rishabh Pant, I've had a very close this thing, but I think Sarfraz will be my top scorer today. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this morning wrap. The match is about to begin. We'll be back with more updates on Sports Today. Tap that bell icons, like, share, subscribe, so that you can get all the latest news from Sports Today. Bye bye.